Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just a little less than 3 months away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be a revelation film, answering many of the burning questions from the past 8 Star Wars movies, especially, of course, The Force Awakens, since J.J. Abrams set up a lot of questions in that film that was not answered, of course, in The Last Jedi, that's now going to be answered in Episode 9. And that's everything related to this movie, is that Episode 9 is going to be a film that's going to really serve as having a lot of different twists and turns that'll change our perception of the Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the set leaks and one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that one of the scenes that were filmed during the month of September of 2018 involved the sequence between Daisy and Adam as Rey and Kylo, using their flow walking technique where Mark Hamill was also said to be on set. It's described that during the scene, Rey and Kylo Ren are able to see elements of the past, as well as one's thoughts from Luke Skywalker, as Rey holds on to the Skywalker saber. It's described that during the flow walking session, Rey and Kylo Ren are said to witness a vision of Luke Skywalker next to a young boy in Jedi robes. During the scene, it's said to be a vision of Luke's thoughts of him and his son, as well as his wife on Tatooine looking out to a binary sunset. Now, the young actor who portrayed the brief role of Luke's son in this particular vision was dubbed as Cade Skywalker, giving fans a callback to Star Wars Legends from the Legacy comics of a descendant of the Skywalkers now actually being Luke's son in the form of this vision. However, it's unclear if this vision literally means, and legitimately means, that Luke had a son, or if Luke only dreamed of having a son named Cade. It's described that the vision that Rey and Kylo witnessed is said to be of Luke's thoughts when he once held the Skywalker saber, and that in the shot, Rey is also holding on to a Jedi holocron that may be Luke's as well. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about Episode 9 here is that we do know that this movie is, of course, going to be a big film with a lot of revelations in it that's going to make us view the past films in a different light. And about this vision, this is all said to take place during, of course, Kylo and Rey's flow walking session. Now, flow walking was a thing in Star Wars Legends that is now going to evolve under Disney and Lucasfilm, where they're basically going to add on different mediums to the flow walking technique, where not only are they able to see elements of the past, but they are also able to see visions of course, one's thoughts, such as, of course, Luke Skywalker, as long as one Force-sensitive individual in the flow walking session at least holds one object that once belonged to that Force-sensitive individual. In this case, either the Jedi holocron or, of course, Luke Skywalker's original lightsaber that was once his father's. Now, I want to talk about this young actor portraying the boy in Jedi robes on Tatooine that went by the name of Cade Skywalker. Now, by far, this is going to be one of the most mysterious elements of Episode 9, I believe, and it could or could not have something to do with the main title of the movie, The Rise of Skywalker. Now, in this particular vision, it said that Rey and Kylo Ren witnessed one of Luke Skywalker's thoughts about him standing next to a young boy and his wife, and the young boy is actually his son, dubbed as Cade Skywalker. Now, in Star Wars Legends, we had a descendant of the Skywalkers named Cade from the Legacy comics. You guys may recall, he even talked to Luke's Force Ghost in that comic line back in the early 2000s, I believe it was. It was quite a long time ago. And in that comic, Cade Skywalker was basically like the great-great-grandson of Luke or something around those lines. So now, under the Disney canon, at least in the form of this vision, they are borrowing that name and implementing it into this vision for Luke Skywalker. So that's a very interesting side of the story. We do know that visions are going to play a large role in this movie. We got a prime example of that in, of course, the D23 trailer that we got a couple of weeks ago, where a lot of fans were able to see the Dark Rey moment. Now in the upcoming trailer, or should I say in the upcoming film, once we get that trailer, we're going to understand the tone of this movie, but once the film finally arrives, we're going to be able to see, of course, Luke Skywalker's life with a wife and son, at the very least to see what that would look like, even if it is, of course, Luke Skywalker's hopes and wishes that were actually in his mind while holding the Skywalker saber at one point in time on Octu. And like I've always said before in the past, this is by far going to be the most emotional Star Wars film, at least that's what J.J. Abrams aims to do. And that's the biggest thing of all. You know, we do know that this movie's about family, and that's exactly what they're aiming to do in The Rise of Skywalker. And when we look at Lucasfilm, they really want to create an authentic Star Wars movie. It's one of the main reasons as to why George Lucas is back with, of course, this film with JJ, in order to truly end the Skywalker saga in a satisfying way for a majority of fans around the world. So, with that being said, I would really love to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.